I'm Norman McGee reporting for MMS News. 7 years ago, an EpiPen, a potentially life-saving drug for people with severe allergies, cost around $50. Today, that same drug goes for over $300, a 544% increase. So why is Mylan Pharmaceuticals continually raise their prices on a product they didn't even develop? All fingers point to Mylan's CEO, Heather Bresch. Even Pharma Bro, Martin Shkreli, has called Mylan vultures. Bresch is the daughter of Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia and Gail Manchin, former head of the Board of Education in West Virginia. She started with Mylan in 1992 when her father spoke to the then CEO, Mike Puskar, and told him that she needed a job. She rose through the ranks, finally becoming CEO in 2012. In 2014, she was voted number 31 in Fortune's 50 most powerful women in business. Until earlier this month, she owned nearly 1 million shares of Mylan when she dumped 100,000 shares. Her salary last year was more than $19 million. She's no stranger to controversy, since in 2007, West Virginia University disputed her MBA claim. She was subsequently awarded an EMBA by the university, despite having only 26 of the 48 required credits. Her father was governor of West Virginia at the time. The EpiPen has been around since 1980, and patents on its injectors doesn't run out until 2025, which gives them a big monopoly in the market. There's only one competitor, a generic Adrenaclick, which is more difficult to use. So why the big increase? Here's what Bresch had to say.
So, look, no one's more frustrated than me. I've been in this
business
for 25 years.
You're the one raising the price, though. How can you be frustrated?
My frustration is there's a list price of $608. There is a system. I laid out that there are 4 or 5 hands that the product touches and companies that it goes through before it ever gets to that patient at the counter. Everybody should be frustrated. I am hoping that this is an inflection point for this country. Our healthcare is in a crisis.
It sounds to me like she's just trying to pass the buck. It's recommended by the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases that patients carry 2 doses at all times, and they must be replaced every year because they expire. With 3.6 million prescriptions written last year, Mylan brought in a whopping $1 billion in sales. As if this weren't enough controversy, Mylan is also one of the leading exploiters of the technique known as inversion. Inversion is when a U.S. company cuts its tax bill by acquiring a foreign firm and moving its tax domicile to the acquired company's homeland, in this case, the Netherlands. Mylan acquired a generic drug division from Abbott Laboratories in 2014 and sealed the deal. Even Bresch's own father was outraged by this action. Again, she tried to dodge the issue.
And so I'm competing against companies that have 5% tax rates that can have a much larger balance sheet to be able to compete for assets. Huge disadvantage. And, unfortunately, there was no signs of Congress doing anything soon. So we had continued to say we weren't going to do just a deal to do an inversion. However, if the opportunity presented itself, we would. And so when we acquired Abbott's generics business, their established products throughout Europe, it gave us the opportunity to invert, and that we needed to invert to grow here in the United States.
Just where's this kind of business practice going to end? When the laws that allow them to operate this way are changed. This is Norman McGee for MMS News, wishing you a good night. Hi, I'm Norman McGee, and we're here at Miami-Dade County's 3rd annual Mayor's Cup Final on beautiful Key Biscayne at the Crandon Park course. These 46 finalists all competed earlier this year in qualifiers for this event. The groups range in ages from 12 and under, 13 to 15, and 16 and 17 in both boys and girls. Youth golfing seems to be a close-knit group, with the parents all seeming to know one another from competing in various events throughout the county. These young athletes take their golf very seriously. Here we see some of the youth as they battled against the unyielding course, their hard work paying off as they advanced from hole to hole. This was this reporter's first time on a golf course, and let me tell you, I was impressed. It's much more beautiful than I expected. This lush green spectacle left me in awe. We have an inspiring piece of landscape here at Key Biscayne, and I encourage everyone to take advantage of it. This is all part of the Mayor's Youth Sports Championship Series that's held throughout the year all across the county for kids from 6 to 18 years old. Its purpose is to instill champion-like qualities and goals in our youth. Watching these young ladies and gentlemen accept their trophies and seeing the smiles on their faces made this entire endeavor worthwhile. My day was well spent. Hi, this is Norman here. I'm here with Shane. Hello. Shane's the organizer of this event. Shane, can you tell me a little bit about it?
This junior golf tournament is, we hold 5 qualifiers at each of the county facilities. All the juniors have to do is post a score, whether it's a 9-hole score or 18-hole score, and then they're qualified for the championship here at Crandon Park at Key Biscayne.
Wow, that sounds great. And you do this every year?
This is our 3rd year doing it, and it's been great. Get to see the kids and the parents and build relationships, and it's a lot of fun.
Wow, sounds like it. Thanks a lot, Shane.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you.
Hi, this is Norman here, and I have Chris Evans here from the Parks and Recreation Department, right? Okay, and he's going to tell us a little bit about this tournament.
This tournament is part of the Youth Sports Championship Series. It's a series of sporting events throughout the county. We do different sports like basketball and football and dance and tennis, just different sports to get kids more active.
Wow, it sounds like a great idea.
Yes, we've been doing it for 3 years now. This is the 3rd year here with this golf tournament. It's definitely been great to get kids a chance to come out here to Crandon Park to get a chance to play for some trophies.
And what's the participation like?
We've had, in years past, a little over 10,000 just throughout the year if you combine all of our 15 events that we have throughout the year, throughout the county. So we have about 15,000 kids representing the age groups from about 6 to 18.
Wow, so it's your job to coordinate this with all our kids in the county, right?
Yes, all our kids in the county, and then also some of our great organizations who put on youth sports events throughout the years, like our golf division here for our Parks and Rec department, and then also some of the other community-based organizations around the county that do this year-round with their kids. So we try to help make a championship atmosphere for sports.
Right, sounds great, Chris. You're doing a great job. Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Yes, sir.
So that just about wraps things up here on beautiful Key Biscayne. I hope you enjoyed this report as much as I did making it. This is Norman McGee wishing you the best life has to offer. After a slow summer, moviegoers get a real treat this fall. With more than 24 movies trying to beat the Oscar rush, we're going to feast on some great films. Here are my personal top must-see picks. First up, we have Derek Cianfrance's new flick, The Light Between Oceans, starring Michael Fassbender and Alicia Vikander. The couple decides to raise a baby that washes ashore, but when the child's mother shows up, their family is threatened.
Dearest Isabel, I'll take care of you always.
Dearest Tom, if you're asking me 1,000 times, yes.
You can't keep her.
You're going to be a wonderful father.
Hello. What's your name?
Lucy.
My sister had a terrible tragedy. Our baby daughter was lost to the sea.
It's her mother.
I'm a mother.
She doesn't belong to us.
Someone knows that my girl is alive. We've got to get out and look for her.
Thomas Sherborne, Cottages Police.
You'll be safe. I'll protect you, I promise.
If there is anything more you want to tell me, this is your last chance.
Don't say any more.
The Light Between Oceans, rated PG-13.
Next up, we have The Queen of Katwe, starring Lupita Nyong'o as the mother of a Ugandan chess prodigy.
Coach, you told us to make a plan, but I fear things will never change. How can someone from here become a champion?
You belong where you believe you belong. Where is that for you?
This is not the ghetto. None of your sneak attacks.
I don't need to sneak. Checkmate.
She's winning. She's winning.
Fiona Mute.
Mama, I will return everything you have done for me.
Your children are blessed because they have a mother who never gave up on them.
You may do it.
Yes, Mama, yeah.
Coach, what if I let everyone down?
What matters is when you reset the pieces and play again.
Queen of Conway, a Mira Nair film, rated PG.
Third, we have Loving, written and directed by Jeff Nichols. This film, based on a true story, chronicles the 1950s couple who inspired the Supreme Court case that overturned the ban on interracial marriage.
I want to put the kitchen right back here.
Richard, stop this. I don't know what you're saying.
I bought it. This whole acre. I'm gonna build you a house. Right here. Our house. Nailed it.
Yes?
Would you marry me?
My next pick is for all you sci-fi viewers, and it's called Arrival. It stars Amy Adams as a linguist trying to communicate with our new visitors.
There are days that define your story beyond your life, like the day they arrived.
Colonel?
Pack your bags.
Language is the first weapon drawn in a conflict.
It's quite a greeting.
Yeah, well, you wrote it.
You are on the top of everyone's list when it comes to translations.
Priority one. What do they want? Where are they from?
Not everyone is wired for what you're about to do.
So what do they look like?
You'll see soon enough.
Every 18 hours, door opens up, that's where we go in.
It's time.
What happens now?
They arrive.
Finally, we have a film that's been in the making for 40 years. Warren Beatty began working on a Howard Hughes biopic back in 1976, but shifted to other projects. Rules Don't Apply boasts an all-star cast and focuses on a forbidden romance between two of Hughes' employees. Beatty himself plays Howard Hughes.
Have you heard from people that I'm crazy?
All right, come on.
If what you are is crazy, then give me more crazy.
This trailer for the new film Rules Don't Apply has hit the internet. The film was produced, directed by, and stars Warren Beatty, his first effort since Bullworth in 1998. It centers around billionaire Howard Hughes, a beautiful young actress, and her driver. Rules Don't Apply is set to hit theaters November 23rd.
Well, there you have it, folks. My picks for the fall. With so many Oscar hopefuls, I'm sure you'll find something to fall in love with. This is Norman McGee. Happy cinema.